Hello and welcome to this Techno kick tutorial. I'm going to talk you through how I make a kick like this in Ableton Live using Ableton Operator and some of the other native effects, including Reverb and Distortion, to get a punchy full-bodied kick. First of all though, you can go and download this rack for free. You don't have to make it yourself, and then you can just follow along. That's in the comment section below, so yeah, go and get that. There's also a couple of sample packs and things for free you can get as well. So yeah, basically a kick like this is a sine wave. It's making a sine wave in Ableton Operator that is then sent to a pitch envelope, which if you take it off it sounds like that, and that adds to the punch. It's then distorted by a bit of frequency modulation with oscillator B, and in the filter section we then add some more distortion at drum bus, and then there's a reverb, a distorted reverb, filtered down and EQ'd to add a reverb tail, a booming reverb tail. Here it is, and that's without it to the kick. So yeah, let me just run through what the macros do. So the first one is envelope time, and what that does is a really nice feature of Ableton Operator. It makes the time of all the envelopes change, so you can shorten them or elongate them all at the same time, all the pitch envelopes, all the frequency modulation and amp envelopes. So yeah, if I pull it down it will tighten everything, and if I push it up it will get longer. Then body, what body does is it adds in the amount of frequency modulation from oscillator B. And what I've done with oscillator B as well is I've set it so that there's a sine wave similar to oscillator A, but it is off phase, it's out of phase by 29%, and that makes it a little bit clickier. If I've reset it, you'll hear the difference. It just makes it a little bit off, and so you get a nice clicky distorted kick from that if you turn body up. Then punch. Punch affects the pitch envelope. I've set that so it affects the peak of the pitch envelope, which is what I was showing you earlier, which is how much you get that little attack at the little sharp attack and then decay of a pitch rise and fall that gives the kick that bite. You can change it if you want as well. There's decay that is not set to a macro, and that will drastically change the pitch envelope as well, so you can play with that if you like to. That's punch. And then you've got filter drive. I've added quite a few distortions to the kick. The first one is inside of Operator at the filter section. It's filter drive. It's an analog modeling filter that they've added to this. It's quite nice. I use it on everything. It's in OSR mode. There's a few modes, but I always use OSR. It's modeling some analog synth. I don't know which one off the top of my head. And then shaper as well is another distortion. It's the shaper distortion with inside Ableton Live. It adds a lot of character to the kick. And then I'm distorting it more using drum bus, which is really nice distortion. There's the drive amount is mapped here to this control here. You still get a lot of the bass come through, but you just get a really good drive on it. And then I've mapped the transient feature of Drum Rack 2, and that can bring out the early click of the kick. It can be useful, especially if you have low, if you're not using the pitch envelope, it can make it clicky in another way. Or you can use both to add a lot of sort of click to the start of it. Then after that, I've got the reverb boom, which adds this really sort of distorted reverb tail to the kick, and that is done. It's a little bit complicated. I had to get another rack, add the dry tail, the dry amount, so you just get the normal kick come through, otherwise you get all wet reverb. And then I've got the level of the wet reverb, which is distorted, filtered down, it's driven here at the filter, and then EQ'd again, and then you have those three units of short reverb, filtered down, driven and EQ'd. You have that, and you can mix it with the I've set it up so on the second one you can control the decay time of that boom if you want to make it longer. But if you've got another sub bass, you might want to think about not having the reverb on. But yeah, it's really nice to have if you need it. So yeah, that's how you can generate loads of different kicks in Ableton Live. And you can just play with the settings, different envelope settings, different distortion settings to get lots of different kicks. There's obviously tons of other settings I haven't mapped, which you could use, like the envelope in Operator. You can change them individually, although you do get some control over them with the envelope time feature here. So yeah, that's roughly it. If you have any questions or anything like that, just let me know in the comment section below, or any requests for racks or samples, I'll have a look at making them. So yeah, I hope that was useful, and thank you very much for watching. As I said, go to the comment section and you can download this rack or some